Good morning, my friends. I'm not MaLisa Furtwängler, I'm not Eckart von Hirschhausen, but I just want to say good morning, and I wish you a good day with good insights, with much fun, with new friends, new connections, and new insights.
And Steffi, the reason why I came up on stage together with you is because the thing we're doing today and some of the sessions on DLD have to do with what we did together in September, which is the DLD Nature Conference, which was a huge success. And I'm very, very grateful to you, Steffi, and to your team that you really included the issues of climate and biodiversity loss so big this time on DLD. And I think it's quite a good echo. What's your impression? Do people like it?
Yeah, people liked it a lot. And I have to say, I'm so proud of Maria, and I'm so grateful because she inspired me to do this DLD Nature. And DLD Nature was only the beginning of many more DLD Natures. Isn't so? Yeah, you know. And I have to say that, you know, we are both have something to do with the Börder Publishing House, and I think the DLD Nature inspired our company very much to change something.
I hope so.
I hope so too, and I'm very thankful, and let's have a creative day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steffi, and thank you to the team. And I'll be joined on stage by from a good friend and a very strong supporter as well, who was a creative force as well for DLD Nature. And since yesterday, he's called Eckart von Hirschhausen. Welcome, please, with me, Eckart von Hirschhausen. Welcome, Ecki.
Hello.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here in this early hour. I was at the wrong stage. That's why we started a little late. I was at the joint stage. No, lab stage. God, I'm totally confused. But so happy that you're here, and hopefully you're not in the wrong session. So yeah, Eckart, we have been having a few really interesting discussions the last days, little rounds we were creating, trying to network, to bring in companies, politicians, to really think about what's going on right now on the planet. And I think you've brought some interesting insights from those discussions.
Yeah, but first of all, I would love to thank the team of the DLD because they're doing such an incredible job. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Alessia and Mark, and where are you? Heiko, Anastasia. I mean, Steffi opened it yesterday with a dance and with a strong saying that, of course, what happens on the stage matters. But what is even more important is what happens behind the stage, how many new friends and connections you make. So what was your most impressive insight of yesterday's first DLD day?
So many really amazing impressions. There was one thing that wonderful panelist, keynote speaker Luisa Neubauer said, Luisa, are you here by now? You made it. A little late too. Luisa, I believe you said that so many, you know, all these surveys say we all care about climate. We still do, regardless of the backlash we're all feeling. We all do. But then when you ask people, so why haven't you done anything? Why don't you do anything? Many answers are, well, nobody asked me. So actually, we are here to ask you to be active, to do something in the realm of your possibilities. I tried, for instance, you know, I have a certain outreach, I'm quite a good networker, I have wonderful friends that I hear, and as...
and children.
And children, one is here too, my daughter, obviously. And that was an insight. And yeah, I tried really to my influence as a filmmaker, as a producer. I did a production documentary on the loss of insects because I'm a passionate insect lover. And I didn't expect this to be a problem. I thought, you know, me saying in a documentary, I love insects and we're having a threatening decline of insects, which is going to impact our whole ecosystem. I thought this is okay. No one's going to hate me for that. I was wrong, because then I had to shoot in the Alte Land, the northern part of Germany, where they grow all the apples. They have this gigantic apple orchards. And when I went there to shoot a Tatort, a crime series, they said, Furtwängler, you who said that we are spraying shitloads of pesticides, you will not be allowed to shoot on my orchard, in my orchard. So it was really difficult to get that movie done. So it's interesting, but I must say, looking at Luisa, this is really ridiculous and nothing compared to the threats somebody, especially a woman, suffers who puts herself out there and is outspoken on the problems we're having today. Totally.
Yeah, thank you. Maria and I... founded two NGOs. Yours is MaLisa, together with Lisa, and mine is called Healthy Planet, Healthy People. And while you're talking about the use of pesticides now, Parkinson's disease, a neurological disorder, is strongly connected to this. So this idea...
And it is officially recognized as a Berufskrankheit for Landwirte.
Occupational disease, yeah.
So
the thing is that yesterday the strong point in the talk with Elke Reichert from Infineon, the sustainability member of the board, she said, well, we always think that tech innovation and nature are two separate worlds. And she said, we doubled our profit and we reduced our carbon emissions by 2/3, by 66%. So these are the examples that we have to talk more about, that you can have economic success and doing more of the right thing and less of the wrong thing. And obviously, we're all concerned about people in the US and with a wildfire that is really exceptional. And you have the whole discussion, does it have to do with climate change? Of course, it's so obvious. So in a way, our reaction to climate change reminds me of waking up. I did this tonight. You probably experienced this as well. You wake up with a full bladder. Who has experienced this? Yeah. And you're lying in your bed, and you know exactly what you have to do. And you know exactly that it's not going to change for the better if you don't do anything. But we close our eyes and think, oh, well, maybe the problem goes away. And this is an analogy to the don't look up version of human minds, that we shut off these topics and we think, oh, I'm good at this, but this is not my matter. But everything that we use, everything we eat, everything we breathe in is connected to nature. And we're calling... You said you love insects, and I think, well, what has the mosquito ever done to me? But when you consider that every chocolate you eat is pollinated by insects, and that they're gone, there is no more chocolate, oh, this is something I care about. So you have to find the sweet spot where people can communicate that these things that we do and everything that we use as materials are connected to what we have to keep. So we have to talk about that everyone can kill a fly, but no one in this room with all the artificial intelligence and all the money here is able to create a fly.
Yes, and what is very clear, Eckart, when I listen to you, is that we both care very much on biodiversity loss. We really do. And sometimes people say as well, the dinner yesterday from Infineon, it's all about reducing carbon and how can we capture it, how can we make better batteries. I think there's a very powerful sentence that says, you know, climate change is going to decide how we're going to live in the future, but biodiversity loss definitely is going to decide whether we're going to live on this planet, because we depend, when it comes to water, to breathable air, to fertile land, we depend on ecosystems, and we're at a really threatening speed of destroying this. We are losing 100 species a day. We have lost, since we are on planet Earth, 70% of vertebrates on this Earth, and there is an interesting research from Oxford University that says that because people then think, oh, it's about toads or apes or flies we need to save. Actually, I don't care. No, it's really a very tough economic challenge. We are, first of all, 60% of our GDP depends directly or indirectly on ecosystem services. And this Oxford research says that if we continue the speed of how you say, erosion of ecosystems, ecosystem services, by the year of 2030, we will have lost $5 trillion of GDP, in our GDP. So it is a powerful economic factor, and this is not yet understood and seen. And this is really what we did as well, the DLD Nature, to really bring across this news. You know, everything that benefits biodiversity benefits climate at the same time, but not everything that benefits climate benefits biodiversity loss. For instance, think of balsa wood that is needed in these gigantic windmills, which is now cut big time in very fragile, pristine ecosystems, or so many examples. But the other way around it works. If we try to extract all the precious minerals in West Africa specifically, we will have killed most of the apes. Bonobos, gorillas, chimpanzees, our closest relatives. So we have to talk about this, you know. We cannot just say it's all about reducing carbon, then we're fine. No, we're not. We're not. We're having another problem.
Yeah, thank you very much for this clear answer. Because DLD has always been a philosophical discussion as well, I like this quote: for most of history, mankind had to fight nature to survive. And in this century, we have to protect nature to survive. And this is the mind change that we are facing now, from the idea of expansion and macht euch die Erde untertan, to being stewards of the earth. And this is a very different story to tell, and it's a positive story. Because how many of us are thinking, oh, well, we're too many, we're so destructive, we're so egoistic. But this is not a fun story to be part of. So André Hoffmann was really inspiring yesterday night, and he said he's a great supporter of the SDG agenda at Davos, and he's just written a book that Steffi sent all to
The New Nature of Business. It's a very good book.
And he said, imagine if we put all the money that we spend on weapons at the moment on preserving humanity on this planet. And I thought, what a... yeah, you think it's naive, but at the same time, at the moment we're using all our intelligence and energy and rare materials to defend borders that haven't been there 100 years ago, and for sure, they will not matter in 100 years from now. But we're thinking, oh, we have to preserve that status quo. We're talking about migration, and we're not taking into account that biodiversity loss, the heating up of the planet, is a major driver of migration in a dimension that nobody really imagined. So André Hoffmann is one of the people who says, put your money where your word is, where your mouth is. And I'd love to hear from 2 or 3 of you, what was your
Where did you put your money?
Impact. Yeah. What was your most impactful insight yesterday? But first, for everyone, if you imagine opening your laptop, what is on your screensaver? How many of you have a picture of trees, of wildlife, of nature on your screen? Okay. How many have a concrete building on their screen? Okay. Yeah. Beton. So, what was your most valuable and impactful insight? Stephanie, we've been together yesterday night.
Yeah, we had a wonderful lunch with people who really care, so thanks for hosting that. But I want to share that I'm raising money to restore nature at scale in Colombia, and last night I woke up at 2 o'clock, and I wondered why I was awake, and I checked my emails, and I got a contract of 52 million euros to invest into nature. And I couldn't fall asleep again because I was so excited and so happy, because this is now, for me, the tipping point in this business to really scale it. And it's a big step, and I'm really happy to share it.
Wow, Stephanie, it's beautiful, because yesterday I asked her yesterday I asked you, who is your Auftraggeber? And she said, nature. I said, wow, and is nature happy with you? And you said, it's getting better. And I thought, what a beautiful thing to think of nature is our Auftraggeber. So let's maybe find more people who believe this could be a good Auftraggeber.
Yeah,
Sorry,
who's doubling that? Because Martin, where are you? Martin, you're saving species in Ecuador, around the Amazon, and you said that there are foundations like the WIS Foundation supporting you, and you just won a huge award from Indianapolis Zoo from $1 billion. So what is the doubling mechanism doing to the psychology of spending money? Because investing in intact nature is the most sensible thing we can do because it gets rare, it rises in the worth, it's the most precious thing you can do for the next generation, but it has to be incentivized by the first mover like Stephanie, and then others will follow.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's investment or philanthropy. Everyone is looking for the biggest bang for the buck. And then, of course, if you have the opportunity to say, hey, I've got, you invest $1, and then we have another one who invests another $1, like WIS or like some of the other organizations that we're working with. And sometimes we can offer a 3-to-1 match. You invest $1, and we can triple it because more and more people get around it, and they want to pool the risk, of course. So it's a typical investor, clever investing in the sense of reducing your risk and bringing in others. And then we have that for Mother Nature, so she's always my boss, and the only one I really accept.
Thank you, Martin Schäfer from Nature World.
And Martin is really doing a fabulous job in really protecting the most pristine areas in the Amazon rainforest, because we destroy every 6 seconds rainforest the size of a soccer pitch, every 6 seconds. And I know we love doing something. We are so much more happy when we say, we're planting 1 million trees. Isn't that great? It's even better to protect what we have, because these are the spots of the biggest biodiversity. And we have to finish.
Yeah.
And I have to thank you.
Yeah, and I thank you.
And I thank you. Get
off!
Eckart,
so, hope to see you at the next DLD Nature. It was a pleasure.
Hope to see you all at the DLD Nature. Thank you.